everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Jason. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here again. Today we have a really useful and fun topic for English learners: how to talk about your day in English.
Yes, talking about your day is one of the easiest and best ways to practice speaking English every single day. You don't need a partner or a teacher. You can just talk about your own life.
Exactly. When you describe your day, you use common words, daily activities, and real-life situations. That helps you remember vocabulary and build confidence.
And the good thing is, you can start right away. You can say things like, I woke up early, or I went to work, or I had a busy day. These simple sentences are powerful for improving your speaking skills.
In today's episode, we'll talk step by step about how to describe your daily routine from morning to evening. We'll also share useful phrases, practice dialogues, and even show you how to express your feelings about your day.
So, if you've ever wanted to speak English naturally about your daily life, this episode is for you. Stay with us till the end, because we'll give you an easy practice routine you can use every day.
All right, let's get started.
So, Julia, before we start learning how to talk about our day, let's first ask, why is this so important for English learners?
That's a great question, Jason. Talking about your day is one of the best ways to practice English because it's something you can do every day. You don't need a special topic. Your daily life is the topic.
Exactly. When you talk about your day, you practice using real English, the kind of English you'll actually use in daily conversations. You talk about waking up, eating breakfast, studying, working, and relaxing.
Yes, and it also helps you build fluency. The more you describe your day, the easier it becomes to think and speak in English without translating from your native language.
Right. You can talk to yourself in English or tell a friend about your day. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference in your speaking skills.
It also builds confidence. When you can describe your own day clearly, you start feeling more comfortable speaking about other things too, like your hobbies, plans, or goals.
That's true. So it's a simple practice that improves vocabulary, grammar, fluency, and confidence all at the same time.
Exactly. And now that we know why it's so important, let's move to the fun part, learning how to talk about your morning routine in English.
All right, let's start with the morning routine. One of the easiest parts of your day to talk about.
Yes, in the morning we usually do simple things, and that makes it great practice for English learners. Let's go over some common sentences you can use.
Sure. You can say, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed. I have breakfast. I go to work. Or I go to school.
Exactly. These are all simple sentences in the present simple tense, which we use to talk about daily routines.
Let's make a short example conversation so our listeners can hear how it sounds naturally.
Good idea. I'll start. Jason, what do you usually do in the morning?
Well, I usually wake up around 6:30. Then I make a cup of coffee and check my phone. After that, I take a shower and get ready for work.
That's a nice routine. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. I brush my teeth, take a shower, and then I have breakfast with my family before starting work.
Perfect. You see, everyone's morning is a little different, but you can always describe it using simple, clear sentences like these.
Exactly. And don't forget to use connecting words like then, after that. And finally, they make your sentences sound smooth and natural.
Now, let's move to the afternoon part of the day. In the afternoon, most people are busy with work, school, or study, right?
That's right. The afternoon is full of activities. Let's learn some common sentences you can use to describe it.
You can say things like, I go to work at 9 a.m. I study English after lunch. I have lunch with my friends. I take a short nap. I go back to class after lunch.
Good examples. You can also say, I check my emails or I finish my homework. These sentences are very useful for daily conversation.
Let's make a quick example conversation to help our listeners understand how to use them.
Sure. Jason, what do you usually do in the afternoon?
Well, after lunch, I usually go for a short walk. Then I continue working on my computer and have some meetings.
That sounds productive. After lunch, I sometimes study English or read a book. Then I prepare my lessons for the next day.
Nice. As you can hear, it's easy to describe your afternoon. Just use simple sentences and connect them with words like after, then, and later.
Exactly. And remember, the more you practice saying these sentences, the more natural your English will sound.
Now that we've talked about morning and afternoon, let's move to the evening, one of my favorite times of the day.
Mine too. The evening is usually when people relax, spend time with family, or enjoy their hobbies after a busy day.
Exactly. Let's teach our listeners some common evening routine sentences they can use. You can say, I come home from work. I have dinner with my family. I watch TV or a movie. I talk with my friends. I check social media. I read a book. I go to bed at 10 p.m.
Those are great. You can also add connecting words like after that, then, or finally to make your sentences sound smoother.
Right. For example, you can say, I come home from work. Then I take a shower. After that, I have dinner with my family. Finally, I go to bed. It sounds natural and easy to understand.
Exactly. Let's do a short example conversation so our listeners can hear how to use these phrases in real life.
Good idea. Julia, what do you usually do in the evening?
Well, after work, I usually relax for a while. Then I cook dinner and eat with my family. After that, I watch a TV show or read a book before going to bed around 10:30.
That sounds nice and peaceful. For me, I often go for a short walk after dinner. Then I prepare for the next day, maybe check my emails, and finally, I go to sleep around 11 p.m.
See, everyone's evening is different, but the way we talk about it in English is simple. Just remember to use the right time order first, then after that, and finally.
Yes, and don't forget to practice speaking out loud. You can talk to yourself or record your voice describing your evening. It's great pronunciation practice. Now, Julia, talking about your day isn't only about what you do, it's also about how you feel during the day, right?
That's true, Jason. When you share your feelings, your English sounds more natural and more interesting. It also helps you connect better with other people.
Exactly. Let's go over some easy words you can use to describe your feelings. You can say things like, I feel happy, I feel tired, I feel excited, I feel relaxed, I feel busy, I feel sad.
Those are great. And if you want to talk about how you felt earlier in the day, you can use the past tense. For example, I was tired in the morning. I was happy after lunch. I was relaxed in the evening.
Let's do a short example conversation for practice.
Sure, Jason, how did you feel today?
I felt a little tired in the morning because I didn't sleep well, but later I felt great after having some coffee and finishing my work. How about you?
I felt happy today because I met my friends after work. Spending time with them always makes me feel good.
That's nice. So remember, everyone, when you talk about your day, don't just say what you did. Also share how you felt. It makes your English more personal and more real. Now, Julia, many English learners make small mistakes when they talk about their day. Let's talk about some of the most common ones.
Yes, good idea. One common mistake is using the wrong tense. Many learners use the present tense when they should use the past tense.
Exactly. For example, some people say, I wake up at 7 yesterday. But that's not correct. You should say, I woke up at 7 yesterday.
Right. If you're talking about today's routine, use the present tense I wake up at 7. But if you're talking about yesterday, use the past tense I woke up at 7.
Another common mistake is forgetting to use small connecting words like then, after that, or finally. Without them, your sentences sound broken or unnatural.
Yes. For example, instead of saying, I wake up, I brush my teeth. I go to school, you can say I wake up, then I brush my teeth, and after that, I go to school. It sounds smoother and more natural.
That's a great tip. And one more small mistake, some learners forget to use articles like a, an, or the. For example, they say, I eat apple, but it should be, I eat an apple.
Yes, small words make a big difference. So remember, use the right tense, add connecting words, and don't forget articles.
Exactly. If you fix these small mistakes, your English will sound much more fluent and natural. Now that we've learned how to describe our day, let's talk about how to make our sentences sound more natural. Julia, what helps our sentences sound smoother?
The secret is using connecting phrases, small words, and expressions that link your ideas together. They make your speaking flow better and sound more like a native speaker.
Exactly. Let's share some examples. You can use first, then, after that, next, later, in the evening, and finally.
Yes. For example, first, I wake up at 7 a.m. Then, I brush my teeth and take a shower. After that, I have breakfast. Finally, I go to work.
That sounds so natural. Without these connecting words, your sentences might sound like a list. But with them, your speech flows like a real conversation.
Exactly. Let's make a quick example conversation for our listeners.
Sure. Julia, can you tell me about your morning using some connecting words?
Of course. First, I wake up and open my window. Then, I make a cup of coffee. After that, I take a shower and get ready for work.
Perfect. And I might say, first, I go for a short walk. Then, I have breakfast. Later, I start working on my computer.
That's it. So remember, everyone use connecting phrases to join your ideas and make your English sound smooth and natural.
Great advice, Julia. Next, we'll do a short practice activity to help our listeners use what they've learned. All right, Julia. Now it's time for a short practice activity for our listeners. This will help them start talking about their day in English.
Yes. Listeners, don't be shy. Try to repeat after us and answer the questions out loud. Speaking is the best way to improve your English.
Okay, let's start with the morning. Julia, can you ask the first question?
Sure. What do you usually do in the morning?
And you can answer like me. First, I wake up at 7 a.m. Then, I brush my teeth and take a shower. After that, I have breakfast.
Perfect. Now, afternoon time. What do you do in the afternoon?
You can say I go to work or school. After that, I have lunch. Then, I study English or complete my tasks.
Great. And for the evening, what do you do in the evening?
I come home. Then I have dinner with my family. After that, I relax by reading a book or watching TV. Finally, I go to bed.
That's it. Listeners, try making your own sentences now. You can start with your morning routine and then move to afternoon and evening.
Remember to use connecting words like first, then, after that, and finally. It will make your English sound much smoother.
Keep practicing every day, and soon, talking about your day in English will feel easy and natural.
All right, Julia, let's quickly recap what we learned today.
Sure. Today, we talked about how to describe your morning, afternoon, and evening routines. We also learned how to express feelings, connect ideas, and avoid common mistakes.
Exactly. And we did a short practice activity, so listeners can start speaking about their day right now.
Remember, English becomes easier when you practice every day, even for just a few minutes. Talk about your day, your feelings, or your plans, and soon it will feel natural.
That's right. So, listeners, take a few minutes today to talk about your day in English. Record yourself, repeat after us, or tell a friend.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who wants to improve their English.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English Learning Podcast.